Hey guys, it's Greg, and I'm back today with a piece that I've been after for a very long time, and I've finally managed to pick it up. As you can see, this is the Punisher Comiquette by Sideshow Collectibles. This is the regular version, which is limited to 1,000 pieces. There was also a exclusive limited to 400, but the only difference with that is it come with an art print. So it wasn't one of these exclusives that you kind of have to have. So more than happy to get the regular on this one. So a quick look at the box. The box is in perfect condition. I was really surprised when I got it because this is quite an old piece now. Not sure exactly when it came out, but a good few years ago. Okay, so that's the box. If you're interested, I'll just give you a close-up of the write-up on the back because it's quite an in-depth description of the Punisher and his character, so if you don't know anything about him you can have a quick read of that. So I'll just do that now. Okay, so here's the write-up on the back. I hope that's big enough for you to read it if you want to have a read of that. As I've said in my previous videos, I'm not really a comic book fan. So I quite like it when they do these write-ups on the back so you can get a bit of info about the character and find out what he's all about. So I always find these quite interesting to read. Okay, so there's that. You can pause that if you want to have a good read of it. Let's move on to the statue. Okay, so here we are with the statue itself. I'll just do a few revolutions while I tell you about how I came about getting this statue. I've actually had a saved search on eBay for the Punisher Comiquette or Sideshow Punisher for well over a year, and I've seen a few come and go on there. I've been outbid on a couple at the last minute, and a few have had high buy it now prices which I thought was a bit too much to pay. So I just waited and waited, and this one come up a couple of weeks ago. And the only problem was it was a seller with zero feedback, so obviously a little bit nervous about bidding on him. But I thought, well, as long as I pay by PayPal, I should be covered if anything goes wrong. I sent the guy a few messages and he seemed genuine enough. So I put in a bid. My max bid was £350, well, a little bit over actually, but I managed to get it for £330, which I think for this guy is a really good price. And it come yesterday. Considering how long I've been waiting for this, it just so happened to turn up on my birthday, which was yesterday, so it was a nice birthday present to myself in the end. So yeah, really happy. Sent the guy a message saying thanks very much and left him some positive feedback. Okay, so let's go in for a closer look. Okay, so here we are starting with this guy's amazing face. It's the best sculpt of a face that I've ever seen. And look at that evil look. It's just incredible. The kind of smirk on his face and one eyebrow raised. Stubble on his chin, it just looks incredible. Love it, absolutely brilliant job. Got one massive gun. Really nice detail on that too. I love the little skull on the butt. Just the whole sculpt in general is just perfect. I can't find a single fault. You've got some very subtle weathering at the bottom of his trousers and on his boots. It's all sculpt, but the laces are so detailed they could be real. Really amazing job. you can really see why this guy is so sought after. This is back in the good old days of Sideshow's work. It's very rare that you get statues of this standard these days. Love the base as well. Nothing major going on, but at least there's detail there with all the expended bullet cartridges. Just adds a bit more to the statue for me, rather than just a plain black base. And I always like the fact, I always like the bases when they don't have the black added onto the bottom. I always think it's a bit unnecessary. There's his knife on the back, that's not removable, and neither is his gun. There's his gun on the side there. But the other best part, as well as his face, is his muscles. Just incredible definition. The vein work's really nicely done as well. I mean, just look at that, that's just incredible. So the one thing that I was kind of worried about this guy is he's not actually quarter scale. He's a Comiquette. I'm not sure if he's 1/5 scale or somewhere in between the two. So what I'm going to do now is just do a size comparison for you so you can judge for yourself how big or small he is. Okay, so I'm going to do that now. Okay, so first off, I've got size comparison with the Pepsi can. I've just measured him, and from the bottom of the base to the top of his gun is nearly 21 inches. So overall he's a pretty big statue. Punisher himself, from his feet to his head, is about 17 inches. But I think because of the base and the gun, they've done a good job of making the statue look bigger, or the character looking bigger than he actually is. So yeah, so he's a pretty impressive size actually. I thought I'd do a size comparison with a fellow Marvel character as well, and this is the Spider-Man Comiquette. Now he is quarter scale, but I don't think Punisher looks out of place next to him. I think because Spidey's on the wall and because of his pose, obviously they're not stood straight up side by side. But I think they make a really nice display together. I had friends around last night who aren't into statues, where they don't know all the details about them, and they didn't pick up that they're different scales. So yeah, I think they make a great display, and because of space issues, this is how I've got them displayed at the moment. So that's my video of the Punisher Comiquette. Really happy to finally have this guy in my collection. He was well worth the wait, and I would definitely recommend picking him up if you can find him for a good price. Don't worry about the size. He looks great, doesn't look out of place with quarter scale figures. So yeah, definitely well worth the money. Very happy. Okay, before I go, I just want to mention that I have set up a new Facebook page for collectors in Europe to buy and sell their collectibles. So if you're on Facebook and want to join, I'll put the link in the description. we've had a couple of sales already, so hopefully it's going to take off and we can build a little community there and save on those horrid eBay fees. So come and check it out if you're on there. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll be back again soon.